We instinctively assume that tomorrow will look exactly like today. Our careers and our savings are built on the belief that the economic systems holding our world together are permanent, right up until the machinery glitches and the lights go out. Billionaire investor Ray Dalio built a $150 billion hedge fund by stripping away human emotion. He analyzes 500 years of data to track the exact historical algorithm that predicts global economic crashes. Right now, his models are flashing red. When Dalio inputs the current financial and social data of the United States and the UK, the output shows both nations entering a period of unavoidable systemic decline. Societal breakdowns are predictable outputs of the historical machine. When a cycle reaches its mathematical expiration date, structural failure becomes an inevitability. Dalio identifies the life arc of empires, finding these cycles last exactly 80 years. Our current order began in 1945. The winners started the clock. Fast forward through decades of prosperity, and we land at the bottom of the decline curve today. It has been 8 decades since the global rules were written and the system was last reset. The political polarization and economic anxiety we are living through right now are symptoms of a system reaching its scheduled conclusion. We are at the mathematical end of the arc. To see how this plays out, you have to look at the institutional decay fracturing our physical centers of power. The first signs of failure are financial. National debt is rising so fast it outpaces income, squeezing out public spending and destroying the purchasing power of the average citizen. That suffocating debt acts as gasoline for internal political warfare. When people feel the economy no longer works for them, the trust between citizens and their institutions evaporates, triggering intense conflict between the left and the right. This tension is visible in the massive economic divergence between classes. A tiny fraction of the population is reaping unimaginable wealth from a technological boom, while 60% of the American public operates below a 6th grade reading level. A successful society requires broad-based productivity to survive. When a system leaves the majority without the basic educational tools to compete, the social fabric eventually tears. The rapid convergence of artificial intelligence and advanced robotics enters this highly unstable environment as the ultimate disruptor. These machines are evolving to bypass manual labor and directly challenge the intellectual class. In an economy that ruthlessly optimizes for peak productivity, the immediate consequence for the middle class is a massive wave of human obsolescence. Doctors, lawyers, and medical professionals now face a world where software is cheaper and smarter than its human counterpart. The arrival of advanced intelligence into a fractured social order accelerates the existing divide. By replacing the human workforce, these technologies remove the broad-based productivity that holds a society together, forcing a direct collision over economic purpose. Because the decline of this macro system is a mathematical certainty, the viewer must abandon the hope that governments will fix the economy. Survival requires shifting your focus away from trying to save the empire and toward protecting yourself as an individual. Dalio points to the Chinese proverb of the smart rabbit with 3 holes as a blueprint for navigating this collapse. This strategy prioritizes radical geographic flexibility. Anchoring your primary capital to a single location with a 25-year mortgage has become a dangerous trap. When the macro environment deteriorates, survival favors the agile. Wealth is measured by liquidity and the freedom to move your capital across borders at a moment's notice. Tactical defense requires building an impenetrable financial moat. This involves extreme discipline in how you earn, spend, and save to create a buffer of independence. Dalio's most important survival skill is radical open-mindedness, the ability to strip away your ego and view global changes objectively. Instead of reacting emotionally to an AI takeover or an economic crash, look at it as an identifiable species of problem that has occurred throughout history. Categorizing the threat allows you to build a logical, unemotional solution for dealing with it every time it appears. Entering this era of disruption with a strong but incorrect opinion carries a massive cost. If your worldview is tied to an outdated model,
you lose the ability to see the symptoms of the crash before they materialize. The 80-year cycle of history is perfectly predictable. The math is already written. Whether you survive the upcoming economic and technological collision depends entirely on your willingness to adapt today.